The aliens had been studying humanity for years, fascinated by the way humans had survived despite facing countless dangers. They observed the wars, the disasters, the sicknesses, and the times when it seemed like Earth was doomed. But time and time again, humanity bounced back. They always found a way to survive. The aliens couldn't understand it. They saw humans as weak creatures, too fragile to survive the harshness of the universe. But somehow, humans always proved them wrong. So the aliens decided to find out what made humans so tough. They would scan human DNA. They thought that by studying it, they would discover something, some hidden flaw, some genetic weakness that could be exploited. After all, they had studied other species and found ways to break them down. Surely, they could do the same with humans. But they were wrong. The alien ships hovered over Earth, their scanners zooming in on every human on the planet. The machines were advanced, capable of breaking down DNA into its most basic components. Piece by piece, the aliens analyzed the genetic code. They searched for something, anything that could make humans vulnerable. But what they found was far from what they expected. Instead of weakness, they found strength. Human DNA was unlike anything the aliens had ever seen before. There were no signs of fragility, no signs of a species that could easily be wiped out. Instead, what they found was a code for resilience. Human DNA had been shaped by millions of years of survival, evolving to adapt to almost any situation. It was a code that allowed humans to heal from injuries, recover from illness, and even survive extreme conditions. The aliens were puzzled. They couldn't find anything that could be used against humanity. But there was more. As they dug deeper into the human genome, they discovered something even more shocking. Every part of human DNA was designed for combat. Biologically, mentally, and emotionally, humans were born to fight. There were genes that gave humans the ability to think quickly under pressure. There were genes that made humans faster and stronger than other species. There were even genes that helped them deal with pain, to push through the toughest situations without breaking. But what truly shocked the aliens wasn't the physical strength they found in human DNA. It was the way humans could adapt. No matter what challenge the universe threw at them, humans could adjust. They could evolve. Every time they were pushed to the edge, they found new ways to survive. It was like their very biology was designed to make sure they would never be defeated. They always adapted. They always fought back. The aliens realized they had made a grave mistake. They hadn't found a weakness in human DNA. They had found something far more dangerous. They had found a living weapon, a species that could never be completely defeated, a species that would always find a way to survive and fight back. As the aliens continued to study human DNA, they began to realize that their entire understanding of strength was wrong. Strength wasn't just about power or size. It was about the will to survive. It was about the spirit that burned inside every human, the fire that refused to go out no matter how hard the universe pushed against them. It was about the way humans could endure suffering, face impossible odds, and still stand tall. The aliens had underestimated humanity. They thought humans were fragile, easily destroyed. They had no idea that humans were capable of becoming something far greater. They didn't just survive. They thrived in the face of danger. The human spirit was a weapon in itself, a weapon that couldn't be measured by any amount of technology or strength. And in that moment, the aliens realized they had made a terrible mistake. They hadn't discovered a flaw in human DNA. They had discovered a weapon stronger than anything the universe had ever known. They had discovered the human will to fight, to live, to conquer. The aliens were no longer the hunters. They were the hunted. As they pulled back from Earth, they knew that humanity wasn't just a species to be feared. They were a species to be respected. The aliens had learned the hard way that humans weren't just survivors. They were warriors, and there was no force in the galaxy that could ever truly break them.